In this video, we're going to do a 2-year review / revisit of the Bobcat CT1025. I've gotten a lot of comments on my previous videos from 2 years ago, some good and some really negative. I want to touch base on some of those, as well as some of the upgrades that have been done to this machine to help longevity, and some upgrades that we've noticed are just better all around. As you can see from that intro, this is the 2-year review or revisit of the CT1025 by Bobcat. Now, personally, I think this is a great machine still, especially for a yard machine and the everyday weekend warrior just doing stuff around their house. Now, right out of the gate, one of the most popular comments about this machine is that it's a rebranded Coyote. And essentially, you're right. This is pretty much a rebranded Coyote. There are a few things that are stamped a little different, but to my knowledge, they're made on the same assembly line. A lot of the parts are interchangeable, and they do share the 3-cylinder diesel Daedong engine. So it is basically a Coyote. You are correct on that comment. So I'm gonna cheat here a little bit, and I actually went back and looked at my videos from 2 years ago and wrote down some of the most popular comments, and I want to get to those right away and clear the air on a lot of the stuff. And this is the second or first most popular negative comment by many people, and I want to address it right away. And that is the breakout force for the curl on the front loader bucket or forklift tines, whatever you're using. The curl force is a big negative comment on these. And in the brochure, it states that the breakout force is just over 1,500 pounds. And the first thing I want to say about 1,500 pounds is if you're looking at this machine and you're thinking you're going to lift 1,500 pounds with this on a daily basis, and it's a necessity, you have to lift that 1,500 pounds, this is not the machine for you. It's just not. This is, again, as I stated earlier, a yard machine. It's made for yard work like this, maybe very light work in the woods. It does have 4-wheel drive, but lifting heavy stuff like that every day, day in and day out, it's just not gonna cut it for you. You need something bigger. Now, that being said, I get it. It's in the brochure. It says it can do it, and a lot of people are having issues with that. And another comment I will most likely get is, well, the John Deere can do it. And that's true. Now, that being said, there is a way you can get this to probably curl that specified weight. 2 things are going to happen though before I say how you do that. 1, you're going to lift the back end of the machine up, trying to lift that much weight. 2, you're going to bend things because it is just not built strong enough to lift that kind of weight over and over again. You're going to bend the hydraulic rams or some bracing around the bucket. And if you have the snowblower attachment and you do increase the pressure, which I will show you here, that box is where you would increase the pressure to achieve that 1,500 pound curl. Now, if you do that, there's teeth that you're going to damage on the snowblower, as you can see here. The teeth I'm talking about that can blow out if you raise that hydraulic pressure so that you can get the curl are the teeth here on the snowblower chute where it turns. Now, this is run off of the same pressure that controls the curl, meaning if you're throwing that kind of pressure at these gears internal here, you're going to blow something out. And I think that's one of the bigger reasons that they keep that pressure a little lower from the factory. They just don't want you breaking things. So as you can see there from that little video clip, those are the teeth you could damage, and you're gonna damage probably more than that. But if you wanna do it, you can. You just have to increase the pressure at that box. So that's all I'm gonna really say. I had plans to test it and really check it out for myself, but if it's a negative, it's always gonna be a negative. So the people that have issues with it, it's just gonna forever be an issue, and I get it. I get it. It says it can do it, and you've had issues with it. So let's move on from that comment and talk about some of the other popular comments I've got and answer some of those. So I've gotten a lot of questions on where the front PTO is located, and it's a good question. It may not have it if you ordered the machine without the mower deck. A lot of stuff with this machine is add-on as you add different attachments on. For instance, if you get the backhoe attachment, there's extra bracing that gets put on the frame, which I mentioned in previous videos. And if you want to see those videos, since I'm talking about it right now, look up in the corner of the video. I'll have a link up here, or any related videos down in the description section of the video below. As I was saying, a lot of the extra bracing is added when you order the backhoe attachment. And if it's something you get later on down the road, that's something you're gonna have to add yourself or take it back to the dealer and have added, along with the seat that swivels the other way so you can run the backhoe. And I'm pretty sure, I may be wrong, you can correct me in the comments if I am, but I'm pretty sure if you don't order it with the mower deck, it may not come with that PTO. So if you're looking for it and you can't find it, that might be why. You might have to add it. But if it is on the machine, it's next to the main hydraulic filter. For the most part, that's the bulk of the main comments that I've been getting on my previous videos. This is actually my father's machine, as I've stated in other videos, and he's got a little over 200 hours now, and he hasn't had any issues, except when he first got it on delivery, it was smoking a little bit in the higher RPM range, and they did find that there was a injector sticking open, and the dealer did take it and they fixed it under warranty, and ever since then he hasn't had an issue. We're gonna move this thing into the lab and talk some more specs and talk about some of the additions that have been homemade and purchased to make this a better machine. Hey everybody, before we continue on with this video, I want you to do me a huge favor and hit that subscribe button. I know it's a broken record with us YouTubers, but I have good news. With that subscription hit, you will be entered in a chance to win one of these items that I have in front of me. I'm nearing 3,000 subscribers and I wanted to do something special to celebrate. So my friends over at Chemimoto are helping me do just that by providing some of their product. You'll have a chance to win a boat mirror, a collapsible boat trash can with insert, a boat fender, a boat dash organizer, and a boat cup holder. If you want to know more about these items, I've done a detailed review on all of them. You can find the link to those videos in the description section below, along with a link to each individual item if you want to know more about them on the purchase website. Also in the description section below, you can find more detailed info on this giveaway itself. So what do you need to do to win? It's really easy. You have to be subscribed to my channel. Once you do that, also go over to Chemimoto's channel and subscribe to them. I will make it easy on you and I will include a link in a tab here. And if for some reason that doesn't work, also you will be able to find that in the description section below, a link to Chemimoto's channel. Then, once my channel hits the 3,000 subscriber goal, I will post another video announcing that the drawing will commence with a few more painless instructions. It's really easy, you have nothing to lose except for possibly winning one of these items. All right, that being said, good luck, I hope you win, and let's get back to the video. All right, we're back in the lab here. Thanks for watching my subscribe message, and again, hit that subscribe for a chance to win some of those items. They're really good quality items. The first thing I want to touch on is the belt for this mower deck. This is a very expensive belt to replace, the belt that runs in here. This belt is close to $200 to replace from the dealer. And we notice that it's kind of a hard rubber compound. And I will bring it up to the camera here so you can see what happened. The belt got really chewed up. There's chunks missing. There's two reasons that happened. The way the belt runs in here, it runs tight like this around one pulley, and then immediately bends back the other way, opposite. And it causes that rubber to flex so much, it's spinning around so fast, tight pulleys. The second reason it happened is because the rubber compound is so hard. That's the first upgrade that I think everybody should do after this belt takes a crap. The belt that we replaced it with is a softer compound and a much more affordable price. Now that belt that I just showed you was only a season and a half of use of just residential mowing on about 3 acres of property. Really, that's not that long. Now, I have some information for you for this better belt and more affordable belt. It's about $60. And the part number for that belt is PPP K5647-34710. And again, I'll have a little bit of information for that down in the description section below if you want to check that out more, along with the website that you can get this belt at. And a homemade modification that was made were these nice little wheels. They were super simple to make. Just a pipe that fits the diameter of the adjustable wheels for the mower deck. It slides over. You throw a pin in there, just like so. And what these allow you to do is you can drive off the mower deck like you normally would, and you can flip the mower deck vertically now, and it allows you to wheel the mower deck wherever you need it, allowing it to store in a much more compact manner. And another nice thing is you can get this thing up on edge, and it makes it so easy to replace all of the mower blades and work on the deck in any way. Since we're talking about homemade things that have made this machine a little bit easier to use, I wanted to come back to the snowblower here and talk about this electric actuator that the owner made himself as far as mounting it, and then ordered this electric actuator and wired it in himself to a switch on the machine. Now what that does is you can control the chute up and down how far the snow throws right from the cab. You don't have to jump down and adjust it manually anymore. It doesn't seem like that big of a deal, but it makes it way easier. One last homemade thing we're gonna talk about, and there's a good reason for it because it brings up another thing that I think everybody should know about the CT1025 or pretty much any of these smaller yard tractors. Now this homemade thing in front of me, this is a back blade, and it is totally pivotal, meaning you can pivot this thing wherever you want. You can use it as a back blade or a forward blade if you want to drag it forward. And this is a receiver hitch. Now I think you can buy both of these in the store. I know you can buy the receiver hitch, and it's about 60 bucks. It is a category 1 3-point receiver hitch. And as far as the back blade goes, I don't know where you can buy it, but I'm sure you can find one for it somewhere. And this is just made to go into the receiver hitch. This is the main homemade portion here. This you can buy. Now what I just said there, category 1, anything category 1 will fit on this machine. Meaning you don't have to buy Bobcat branded stuff. Anything category 1 will fit on this machine. Say you want a brush hog. As long as it's a category 1 or for service 20 horse or less, it'll work. Some final thoughts on this CT1025. And I just really want to drive the idea home of what kind of machine this is. For a little backstory on these machines, these were originally made for turkey farmers so they could get inside the buildings and scrape the stalls clean with the front bucket or backhoe to get the stalls clean for the turkeys. So again, I'm not trying to oversell the point that if you're needing something heavy, especially for the curl, this is not the machine for you. It's the biggest complaint it gets, and I want to drive it home that it's just not really made for that. That being said, for most homeowners, hobby farm owners, or even a small farm owner, this machine is going to be great, and it's going to get everything done that you need done. You know, a tree tips over for a homeowner, you clean it up, load the stumps up, get them out of the way. You got to dig a little drainage ditch or a culvert out. It's better than a shovel. The backhoe is going to do just fine. For your mowing, it's not too heavy for your yard. It's not going to sink in. Anything bigger than this for mowing your yard, you're gonna start causing some ruts because this machine is even pretty heavy. All that aside, in my personal opinion, for what this thing is used for us, this thing still gets an A+. Does it have some flaws? Sure, everything does. Can it be compared to other machines, better or worse? Yes, just like everything else. But again, I think it's a great machine and it gets the job done. I hope this video helped you out with a lot of your common questions and you enjoyed some of the points I made about it. Let me know what you think about it in the comments below, or if I might have missed something that you had thoughts on. And as always, I will see you in the next video.
Please subscribe to my daddy's channel.